On the second episode of Create, I built a small mining drill and then a beautiful starter house. Hello everyone, it's Reese and welcome back to episode 3 of Create. On this episode of Create, we're going to be building a beautiful house over here with the best iron farm I've ever made in Create. So just to get us started, I did grab a little bit of wood while I was posting the last video. For this build, I'm going to be going with dark oak and jungle. Kind of like the same as this, where the dark oak is going to be the logs and then the jungle is going to be the walls. Okay, just to get started now, we're going to be building the frame for what I want to go with. So just to start off for the front of the store, we're going to start right here. We're going to go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So for the doorway, we'll do 3. And then for over here, we're going to do another 5. For this build, I do want to add like a little shack on the side, but instead of it being a shack, it's actually going to be added to it. So it's going to be counted as the house. Okay, after placing down the logs, I'm just going to build it for how tall I want it to be. 2, 3, 4, 5. 2, 3, 4, 5. 2, 3, 4, 5. 2, 3, 4, 5. And before I actually keep on going, I am going to go to sleep because I'm scared of monsters. Okay, since the sleep is done, I am going to just do one of the walls just so I can see how I do want it. So I think starting off, I do want to do like a little bottom level with the stripped reinforced jungle log, just to add a little bit of a difference on the bottom. So for the walls, instead of having the terracotta, because obviously nothing is going to match with terracotta, at least I don't think so, we're actually going to do 3 different types of jungle planks. So I'm going to go with a polished jungle plank, the smooth jungle plank, and just regular jungle planks. Yeah, no, I'm not. Okay, I do think that's better. So instead of the polished jungle planks, I'm actually going to go with the shavings jungle plank. Kind of think it adds a little bit of different texture to it. We'll see how it turns out. Also, I'm going to be doing a deck out front of here, so I had to remember, always leave that one block so I can put a window on top of it. Now, let's get to just building one wall. Okay, I think that is going to look pretty good. What I don't like, though, is this bottom reinforced strip log. I don't think it looks that good. So I did take it out, and I'm just going to carry the wall down with the same thing. So just to add a difference to it, I'm going to be adding this reinforced log just at the bottom of each pole. Yeah, I do think that adds definitely a little bit of a touch. Now, actually realizing it, I did want to do this one a 3 and then this one over here another 3 because I kind of want this to be a little bit of a sloped roof coming up. So it's not going to be an outhouse. It's going to be carried on with the actual building. So let me just knock down this pillar right here and then get these 2 built up. As of right now, I'm just going to keep this at a 4 and this at a 5, and then we're going to see how the slope roof kind of goes. Also, right here is going to be a second story, and then this is just going to stay a first story. So let's get the rest of these walls built up. Okay, so them walls are done. Now I'm actually going to move this stuff right quick just so I can build a deck out here. Okay, now that all that stuff is moved, I'm going to start working on the deck. I think I'm going to do it the same as my house's deck. So I'm just going to come out 2 and have a reinforced and one of those. Now carry it along with all the edges right here. And then for the floor, I'm going to do spruce. And then for the fences, I'm going to do the same exact fences as over there because I really like these fences. I think they look really interesting. Now, before I continue, I'm going to go to bed again. Okay, after going to bed, I think I'm ready to continue onto the second floor. Now, I'm going to do the same for the second story, but I'm just going to continue with the dark oak logs, and I'll go up another 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, after getting them up, I'm going to get the walls up. Okay, now that the walls are up, I'm going to build a sloped roof just for this spot right here to cover just half of the deck, and then the other half is going to stay open without a roof. But before that, I need some copycat blocks so I can have that. Okay, instead of doing the same thing as them poles, I'm actually going to be doing the thickness for both of them. So we're just going to come up 2 on both. And actually, we're going to come up 2 on this one too. After getting them down, I'm going to place the roof on top. Okay, now that that roof is up, I'm going to start working on how I want this sloped roof. Okay, I think I'm liking how that kind of slopes up like that. So now let me just fill in these 3 blocks. Okay, after filling in them 3 blocks, I do like how that's looking. Okay, now I think I want to choose out what windows I want. Okay, I think I'm going to go with these ones. They're called the ornate leaded glass pane. I don't know if I even said that correctly. Correct me if I'm wrong. And I think for this window, I'm actually going to go 3 high. Okay, I think I'm going to go with this for the shutters. I feel like it adds way more shutter look to it compared to big trap doors. Okay, I do think I like how the shutters look. Okay, now I'm just going to add a window up here and a window right here. Okay, I think I'm going to do this one as a 3 window with glass panes. And I'm going to do this one as a 3x3 window with some glass panes on the edge and full blocks in the middle. And then I'll add shutters just to this one side. Okay, and before I do anything else, I need to go to bed again. Okay, so I think for this side, instead of adding shutters, I'm going to just do a little thing on the bottom here. Okay, yeah, I do like how that looks. And now just for some texture, I'm going to get some signs and some buttons just to kind of add a little bit more to this. Okay, now I think that looks a little bit better. Okay, and also to the front of these, I kind of want to add some trap doors. I seen Josh do it over in his build, and it looks really cool. So I do want to try it out. Okay, I do think that makes the build look a lot better. Okay, for the door, I think I'm going to go with the spruce barn door. I'm going to see how this looks. Okay, now we're going to see how it looks. Okay, I like that. That does look really cool. But before I move on from here, I need to put a stair there. Boom. All right. Now that that's done, I can actually work on the rest of the house. To start off, I want to do the sides and the back and then finish the flooring on both levels. And then I can actually start getting to the roof. Okay, before I actually do the sides, I'm actually going to put some campfires up here. I just truly like how they look, and they just add so much more to the build. Now let's get them out. Ugh, ugh, ugh. Okay, now let's get these sides built up. I think I'm going to do the same as my starter house, and I'm going to do 5 spaces with 1, and then another 5 spaces with another one. But since this mountain is here, I'm just going to kind of dig out a little bit, and it's going to be built into the mountain. Okay, so I don't know exactly how good it's going to look since it's going to be like this, but hey, you live and you learn. So let's get these built up. And instead of only doing 5, I'm going to go all the way up and put 9. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Okay, now that they're built up, I'm going to do the walls. Okay, I thought I made a mistake, but I actually just did it wrong. I was supposed to put 9 after the first one. Okay, now that that's done, I'm going to do this wall. Bang, now that that's done, I'm going to do the next 2 walls. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 1, 2, 2, 3, 4. Alright, now that I got all the pillars down, let's get the walls in. Okay, now that all the walls are up, I'm just going to get a floor down right quick. Okay, now that the floor is done, I'm going to finish this little roof off, just so I know where to start the floor at for this. Okay, now that the roof's done, I can actually build the rest of this wall out. Before I build the actual walls, I'm going to put this down as a little trim. Now I'm going to build the walls. Okay, now that I'm done with all the walls, I do want to make this side look good, especially up top and down below. And I also want to do this wall right here, since I'm going to be walking out of the base a lot and I'm going to see this side. So the main reason why I'm going to do this side, the plan is to continue this way and to meet up with Josh. Okay, before I do anything though, I do want to cover these little squares with copycat layers, just for peace of mind to know that this is going to look like a fully finished roof. I also went ahead and grabbed some lanterns just so I can put one right there. And I think I'm also going to put one right here. I do like to look at that. That does look pretty good. Now, just to be safe for now, I'm just going to light up the inside a little bit. After doing that, now I want to get to work on the walls that I actually want to make look nice. I'm actually going to change this with some spruce logs. Now, I can't really decide if I like this or this more. Maybe even this with them facing up. I think for right now, I'm going to keep it like this. I'm thinking for this side, I'm just going to add one big window, kind of like the front. I'm gonna do it like that just to give a little bit of depth. Then I'm gonna put some signs, and then I'm gonna throw some buttons on. After that, I am gonna give it like a little bit of a planter's box. I think that's what they would be called. I'm gonna do the same design for up top. I do think that looks pretty good for right now. If I do not like it in the future, I can always change it. So I know that I did say this house was going to be 2 stories, but I think I have more than enough space to do an iron farm, just even back here. And if I need more space, I can always come out to here. But at least from outside, it looks like it's 2 stories. Now coming over here, I do want to add 2 windows on each side. Instead of making it 3 wide, I'm just going to do it like this. Then I'm going to add some shutters. So I think I do have an idea for planter's box. If I actually come out the wall like this with some copycat bites, and then do the outside like this, and then just in the middle put some dirt, and then since it's close to the floor, I'm just going to come down with some bite-sized blocks and then just carry this down. I feel like for little planter boxes, they look pretty cute, and then I'm thinking maybe I can put a plant here. Now I'm gonna do this side, and that's done. Now I'm gonna add some signs and buttons. Before I actually add signs and buttons, I don't see too much of this jungle plank shavings, so I'm gonna add a couple more. Okay, I think that's better. Now time for some signs and buttons. Now that looks a whole lot better than what it did. And just to check, I think that does work. Okay, so I do like how that looks right there. And then on this side, I'll add a flower pot with a flower in it. So as of right now, I am going to save the top of that just because I want to put a roof on first. I also don't like that these logs are as tall as the fence, so I'm going to add some copycat slabs with some logs just to add a little bit more height to them. I think that looks beautiful. Okay, now it's time for the roof. I don't know if I want to build the roof out of cobblestone or if I want to do deep slate like that. Okay, as you can see, I'm going to go with a cobblestone roof. I'm only going to go with half the roof right now just so I can see how it looks. I do kind of want to add another window on the roof, but right here. I think that'll look pretty cool. So I'm going to do the same thing. I'm just going to do the outer layer in spruce wood. And then I'll come back and just do the inner in cobblestone. Now, I did forget to make cobblestone slabs, so let me go grab a couple. Okay, let me just build out the rest of this roof so I can see how it looks. Okay, going into free cam mode, this actually doesn't look half bad. I did mess up the window. I do have to fix that. But other than that, I do like the cobblestone roof. And this time, I'm actually going to add some glass. And then I kind of want to see what the shutters look like. Okay, going back into free cam. I don't think I like the shutters, but I can deal with the cobblestone roof. I just want to texture it, and I think that'd be pretty good. I actually just did the one only on the bottom, and I actually can't tell if I like it or not. Let me know what you think in the comments below, and I'll add it if you guys like it. For now, though, I'm just going to leave them off. Okay, I think I want to just add some campfires right here. Yeah, I think that looks good. But I think it'll look even better if I have more right here. Okay, yeah, I like that a lot better. Okay, now let's finish the roof since I do like it. Okay, so after finishing up the roof, I wound up just finishing up the both sides. So I finished the top right there, and now I'm not going to add any windows because I do like the look of it just being bare wood. Now that the whole house is pretty much done, the only thing left is for me to texture the roof. Like I was telling you guys last video, it's crazy how you can do cobblestone and stone, but you can't do cobble deep slate. That's so weird to me. Okay, before I texture the roof, before I forget, I just want to add a little cactus. Yay. Okay, let me just texture this roof. Okay, so back in free cam mode, this is the roof. Looks way better with the texture. I wound up just using sanded cobblestone. And this will conclude the house portion of this episode. I think this build turned out really nice. I do like it. I think the details with these shutters make the whole difference compared to having trapdoors. But I do not know how I feel about this very long window. As of right now, I'm going to keep it. Maybe even make it one more taller. Actually, as of right now, I'm just going to leave it. Alright, now that I'm done with that though, all I have to do is clean up outside all my little junk. And then I can start building the iron farm. This is going to be the best iron farm I've ever built. I promise you that. Alright, as I was about to mine this up, this is something I actually wanted to talk about in the last episode. It's so crazy to me that this one needs an axe, right? Which is normal. It's a, it's a carpenter's bench. It's made completely out of wood. So yeah, this one's with an axe. But then you go to these two and you would think that's with a pickaxe. No, with an axe. Like, how does that make sense? How? Anyway, let me finish cleaning this up and then we'll start working on the iron farm. Also, before I get started on the iron farm, I just want to create a little pathway just to the steps. Bada boom, bada bing. That's done. Okay, so I'm going to go through a material checklist right now of like everything that I'm going to need. So to create less lag on the server, we are going to be doing the mechanical generators, which is going to give me a lot of cobblestone. So I don't know if I should go with 2 or if I should go with only 1. I think for right now, I'm going to go with 1 and see how it loads the system up. So we got one of those. We're going to need to get mechanical crafters also because we're going to need so many crushing wheels. We're obviously going to need just belts, shafts, and some gearboxes. And I do want to get some encased chain drives. Also, we're going to need a fan. We're also going to need chutes, but I'm actually going to use the brass chutes. So we're going to use these instead. Okay, so this is the list that we're going to need for the whole iron farm, which is not as much as I would think, but it's going to be a lot easier. To get started though, I think I want to get mechanical crafters up just so I can start getting some crushing wheels. Okay, so I'm pretty sure the amount that we need for the crushing wheels is around 21. So we really only need around 7 of each things. Okay, now I think I'll be able to craft all of the ones that I need. Perfect, 21. Okay, now that the mechanical crafter is done, I just got to hook it up to some power. Okay, so all you need for crafting wheels is literally these 3 things. Some andesite alloy, andesite, and some spruce planks. You're going to put the spruce planks in a diamond formation towards the center. Andesite's going to go right in the middle, and then andesite alloy is going to go all the way around. And then all you got to do is wait for it to craft. We finally got our first set of crafting wheels. Now it's only 2, but we're going to need way more than that. Okay, I think for now, instead of making a bunch of them, I'm just going to get started with 4 crushing wheels. So in this mod pack, I also have the drawer mod. So we're also going to be making use of this. So we are going to need a bunch of drawer controllers. We're going to need at least 1 compacting drawer. And then just so it matches, I'm going to get one of the tier 2 compacting drawers. So the tier 3 drawer is going to be for the iron, and the other one is going to be for the flint. We're also going to need a boatload of trim. Okay, so I'm going to be back once I get done making everything I need for the iron farm. Okay, so I think I have enough stuff to at least start everything, which is just all this stuff right here. I want to create in storage upgrades and some void upgrades. Well, at least 1, just for the flint. All right, to get started, I do want to place down the mechanical generator right here. Actually, one more up. Right here. And then we're going to have a brass funnel below it. And then that's going to go right into a regular drawer. And then we are going to upgrade that once with the diamond upgrade. So since that, all I have to do is connect it to where I want it to go. Right now, I'm going to do the crushing wheels. I was thinking to do crushing wheels on this side, and then do 2 rows of them. But since I only have 4 of them, I'm only going to start one side and one side. So to start, what I'm going to do is I'm going to have this to where it can come out. And then we need 3 spaces in the middle and then another one for the in. So since I'm having it on both sides, one's going to go this way and then one's going to go this way. So we're going to need another one right here. And then we're going to take shafts and put all of them right here with some belts. Now this is optional, but I want to make my belts look at least a little bit better. Then we're going to take some vertical gearboxes and throw them on both sides. And then I can put my crushing wheels in. And I know that's outside the wall, but if you actually go outside, you won't be able to see it. But I am going to need at least a little bit more space in here, so I have to build it that close. My goal is to do at least 4 rows of each, and then have another row of 4 rows of each, maybe even taller since I can go taller right here. And my thing is this mechanical generator actually creates a lot of cobblestone, and I want the crushing wheels to keep up with that. Because the faster we can crush down the cobblestone into gravel, the faster we can wash it and turn it into iron ingots and flint. Okay, now I'm going to put brass funnels for it to come out. So 64 stacks come out at a time, and then andesite funnels to go in. Because remember, andesite funnels can collect up to 64 items at a time. They just can't distribute the 64 items at a time. Now that the crushing wheel setup is done, I want to connect this drawer to these drawer controllers. So what you do is you take trim and then you connect it from here to there. And this is just also trim connected to the drawer controller. Okay, so to connect this up, I'm just going to go below ground to do it. Okay, so I connected this one and this one to the same dark oak trim, but this one is going to be separate because this is going to be the inlet and I don't want these two getting mixed together. After that, we need to take the gravel from this drawer controller and we need to bring it all the way over to here, only because this is where the fan setup is going to be. If I can place it correctly. So since the water is actually going to be right here, we need it to be above this. So just to do that, I'm going to place a little dirt block and then delete the dirt block. After that, we're going to need a brass funnel under it that's coming out. And then we're going to need the trim to come off of it to go underground. Now I'm going to just connect this trim with this trim right here. Okay, so I just connected the dark trim from right here to right here. So now when the cobblestone gets crushed into gravel and then it goes into here, it'll send it all the way over here. So no matter how much gravel we're actually getting, this is going to wash it more than fast enough. So just so the water don't go anywhere, I'm going to block this off with some copycat panels. And then I'm going to hide that with some reinforced dark oak logs. And then we can just place our water right in here. Now that's pretty much all we need for the washing system. The only thing else we need is just a collector. So we're just going to send it right into another drawer controller with a brass funnel. And then we're going to need a list filter. We're going to need to put iron nuggets in it and some flint. Make sure you set it to the allow list and then just put it right here. So now when that drops down the gravel and it washes, it'll only accept it if it's iron or flint. I'm also going to block off the rest of this with the dark oak reinforced logged. Now that that's done, we just need it for the way to get to these two drawers. So all we have to do is just connect dark oak trim straight to one of them. I'm not going to put it underground for now just because I want to make sure everything works. But before I even make sure anything works, we actually have to add power. So let me get some power in here. Also, don't forget to set this to cobblestone. Okay, now that I got power up here, and the only power that's down there is literally just 8 water wheels. So I don't know with that type of speed if it's going to power all this, but we're going to hope for the best. Okay, so it is powering this already. And that's already overstressed. Okay, I'm about to turn down the power for a little bit. So for right now, we're actually going to need, instead of a drawer controller, we're going to need a regular drawer. So just to be safe, I threw one of these drawer upgrades in it. So now that the crushing wheels are powered, hopefully this fan can get powered, and then we can start making iron as soon as possible. Okay, now that that's reversed, it should be blowing out instead of in. So we should be getting gravel coming down and getting washed soon. I'm actually going to throw all this gravel in here. We've already got a ton of gravel to actually wash, so this is going to be awesome. Perfect. We're already getting it coming in. I'm going to throw 2 upgrades on here and 1 on here with a void, because we are going to be using flint to trade with villagers in the future. Okay, I'm going to let this build up for a little bit, just so I have enough iron to actually start creating things. And I actually had to turn off the mechanical generator because it was creating way too much cobblestone already. So I'll be right back in like 2 seconds for you. Okay, so I've just been chilling here for like 30 minutes, so let's see how many we have. Ooh, 316 ingots. I'll take that. All right. Well, that'll help us get a lot more stuff. So right now, I do need to go mining for some more andesite. So I think, if I'm not mistaken, it's time for a drill montage.
Did you wait too long? Tell him that you love him, but he's already gone, darling. Did you make two wrongs? Know that daddy never made a right before, darling. You were never made to be the judge, darling. You never changed, just wait for me to budge, darling. It's feeling like a cold dark wind and the sun still behind the trees, yeah. She asked me if I had another minute and I ain't had the heart to leave, yeah. It's feeling like a cold dark wind and the sun still behind the trees, yeah. She asked me if I had another minute and I ain't had the heart to leave. One day I'll be everything you ever wanted. Until then I'll be out here fighting like it's nothing. Through the cold dark winter. Or did you say goodbye, knowing damn well everybody gon' die someday? Did you waste my time, knowing damn well we can press for a while? One day I'll be everything you ever wanted. Until then I'll be out here fighting like it's nothing. Through the cold dark winter. It's feeling like a cold dark winter and the sun still behind the trees, yeah. She asked me if I had another minute.
All right, just a quick mining session. Got a bunch of andesite. I think we're like 1,000. 13.53 speed. He's pretty fast. It's probably the fastest horse I've ever had in Minecraft. Anyway, I don't have a name for this horse yet, so if you want to leave a name down below, I'll gladly name this horse whatever name I see first. Okay, so I think I have everything to be able to build at least this section up. I don't know if I can do all of this right here, but I did get a lot of crushing wheels. So I think instead of putting trim and then drawer controllers on top of this, what I'm going to do is put chutes. Also, what I had to do too, which is very annoying, I had to go 2 up on every single one so it doesn't flip which way it's going. You need one of these just to be able to decorate all the decorate all the belts, make them look better. On these sides though, I will have to continue with the drawer controllers. And we're overstressed again. No worries, I'll add more power once I get done this section right here. I'm also going to need more brass funnels. And the reason why I'm stopping right here, because if I go up any more, then it's going to be poking out of this and it won't even be able to place. So instead of going up more, what I'm going to do is just start a new section right here. Going up this wall. So essentially it's going to just start right here. I'm also going to need more brass chutes, so I'll be right back once I get more of that and get some more power down below. Okay, so change of plans. I cannot use water wheels. I have to use windmills because I'm just not going to be able to produce enough power. So as of right now, I don't have anything else down than what you've seen me place down. But down here, I have this big of a windmill placed so far. And I have all this space just in case I want to do more. I had over 24 water wheels and it wasn't enough to power this up here. But I did actually add a little bit more speed to it when I placed the windmill on. So hopefully once I fill this up more, I could actually power the whole thing up there with this speed. And also, while I wait for me to be able to shear them, I'm just gonna finish building this up. All right, so let's start getting this built up. Okay, I'm gonna just leave it this tall, just as tall as the other one, just because I feel like this is more than enough to be able to keep up with the machine. If not, we could always add more. Now I'm just connecting these bottom pieces, and I actually forgot one right here. Thankfully, I came back. Okay, now I just gotta wait for the power, so I'll be right back once I can get the power working for this. All right, this is about as fast as I can get it now. It's 448 SU per crushing wheel. So I just took out the iron. So we're gonna see how much I can get within an hour. Okay, I just had a quick bite to eat. I've been kind of watching. I haven't stepped foot over there, but I've been kind of just watching here and just watching my hunger. We're gonna turn it off. It's been an hour and 5 minutes exactly. Let's see. Oh my god. Oh. Oh my god. That's so much. That's so much. 4,150. Holy yo. Okay, so it's not really keeping up on this side for the washer. I think I need 2 of them. And then it'll be fine. And then, oh geez, it's so much cobblestone. Okay, I think we can definitely do another one on top. But we need more power before we're doing this. This isn't even max power. We have 4,100 an hour. Oh my god. Over 4,000 an hour. That's insane. Alright, well, I'm going to let this sit and keep on running while I tidy up everything. And then I'll be right back and show you guys like what I got. Okay, I really didn't do much. I mean, I kind of made it look a little bit nicer in here. I'm not good at interior decorating, I'll be honest with you. So let me know what you think I should add. I kind of wanted to leave this open. I think it looks pretty cool. I think by next episode, I'm going to have another one going up for the crushing wheels because it's definitely not keeping up anywhere near with the cobblestone. But I did kind of tidy up this a little bit just to make it look a little bit nicer. Other than that, I really didn't do much. And I also moved the washer over and I put 2 drawer controllers instead of only 1. So just to make it a little bit simpler. And I think it actually is working a lot better now. So no, never mind. So this is something I got to work on and get fixed because this one's emptying, but then this one's like emptying and then catching up, like kept going back up, you see? So I'm kind of wondering what's like causing that. No, no, no. Oh my god. Jeez Louise, man. But anyway, it is going pretty fast. I mean, I did turn it off for a long while. Let me eat before I die. Okay, yeah, I did turn it off for a while, but I mean, we're gaining a ton of stuff. So yeah, the iron ingots are just going up like flying. So I mean, hey, hopefully it gets better with even more power. So after I finished my iron farm, I finally realized that I can actually make the rest of my vaults for upstairs. Now, while I was waiting, I also did some things inside. Not really some things, just one thing. But while I was waiting for the iron to get smacked, I also made a bed frame and a new bed. It's not the best, but I honestly don't know what to do. So it'll do. I have a little cabinet on the side with a light. I don't know what else to add, and I don't know what else to do over here. I'm not the best at interior decorating. The kitchen don't look too bad, but everything else can definitely use some work. Now let's go upstairs. Now we can finally finish our bolts. Let's go. Let's go. That's 3 full-size volts. And worst case scenario, I think I can actually add a 4th one up there. All right, everyone. That'll do it for today's episode. Thank you for watching. Please like and subscribe. I feel like for today, we actually did really good with the iron farm. While I was sitting here doing what I had to do, it gained another 2,200. So I do feel as though this iron farm will be more than enough for us. And I did actually make the windmill down below a little bit stronger, so everything sped up a little bit more. Now, it's not max size power, so it's not going to be the best. But for the little power that it does have and it's using, I feel like what we're getting is more than enough. So I can reasonably say this iron farm is around 6,000 an hour if it was fully powered to the max SU for everything. And like I was saying earlier in the video, my horse is still not named. So whenever you guys send a name, I will be naming it in the next video. That'll do it for today's video. Thank you for watching. Peace out.